Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are still in Elpis. We met up with Emet-Selch and Hyphlodaeus again, who also conducted an investigation into Hermes, and we all came to the conclusion that he most likely doesn't want the world to end. Well, we are pretty sure he doesn't, and that's why we want to ask him to help us avert that. I think the time for leisurely exploration has passed. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision... There he is, on the next aisle over. Meteion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest you hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Mesopsis Euros from the device at the bottom of a slope. I can't fly yet. Mesopsis Euros is interesting in that it's the only region in Elpis which selects a researcher hub. This is largely due to the nature of its observation sites, within which they let loose creatures anticipated to be unruly and dangerous. I've also heard tell that the area is kept deliberately sparse in the event that, well, let's just say that no one should live near the Neos, which provides access to a certain facility. Oh. Pandemonium. Later. What? You expect me to praise you on your progress? On the contrary, I'm simply surprised you made it this far. Then again, even with you slowing her down, there's no denying that Venar is an accomplished researcher. Her wealth of wisdom and experience is unmatched. Her achievements in creation magics, in any field frankly, is nothing short of extraordinary. Though the singular brilliance which sets her apart can make her motives somewhat impenetrable at times. As her student and successor puts it, she's a force of nature, at once so close, and at the same time so very distant. They're close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Desiree, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, you would assume I was only there to press him on the Vandania matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance of convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... then again, perhaps Desiree can handle them. She did survive a bout with Venar after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do prepare to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Worst breath. Desiree? Where did you come from? Desiree, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hyphlodaeus and Emet-Selch company. We must talk to you. It's important. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Hyphlodaeus, you say? Then yes, I will come as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. I was prepared to swoop in if I needed be, but it's clear you have faced your fair share of monstrous opponents. What is that ghastly odor? The monsters smell. You spoke with Hermes then? And were briefly entangled with the denizens of the hungering garden as well, to see. Or should I say, smell? Cannot speak of certain convocation members, but I for one am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confirm with us, let us pray that things would soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emet-Selch who would recreate Amarot in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone, naive hope that is. Why am I always so forward-thinking? I simply wish to enjoy all that life has to offer. Words without sound. Hermes said he would not be long, yes? And then we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us. Who you are and why you came.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction, and none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteion. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
So sad. I don't understand. Make it stop. Please, make it stop.
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain. It's too much. Why? Why do we... They... hurt. Hate. This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right?
I hear her.
In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteion also employs Dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
This doesn't look good. You calm your mind, your senses questing for any hint of Meteion's presence. But you fail to hear her voice. She must be elsewhere. I'm strained my senses to the limits, but for nothing. You must calm your mind, then you might hear it. That you might feel her silent voice. It seeps into my mind. Our voices. Reporting. No. No, Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run. To hide. Meteion's anguished voice grows distant as the source seems to flee down the slope. Not here. Not here. Greetings and salutations. Commencing report. Oh no, we can't tell them that. We must run. Run far away. Please, don't follow me. Meteion's anguished voice fades as you sense her climbing to the top of a ridge. Nothing. This is an exercise of utility. You have to be the one to find her, Desiree. Follow her voice. How? How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled to the stars? Where we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No, it cannot be. It cannot be. Meteion's anguished voice drifts away to the south. Doubtful. Everything so far was a hiding place. It wouldn't be right on the road. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all peoples of Epheris. Processing expedition data, preparing profiles on intelligent civilizations. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No, Desiree, you mustn't listen. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Meteion's anguished voice flees towards the lake. Any sign of Meteion? Panicked and confused, which will make it all the more difficult to predict her movements. Hermes, what do you make of the situation? The Meteion are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being, directly. In the Meteion's case, which means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the Meteion we just lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell our sisters. No way to provide direction or guidance. Then we had best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. He's worried for her. A frantic search where there is little. We must be clever about this. It's a shame there's no registered concept we could use to create another Meteion. Assuming, of course, we could link her to the shared mind, but no. If it were a viable solution, Hermes would have surely suggested it. In the final days, Aether was twisted by the invasion of dynamis from beyond the stars. Its progress intensified by feelings of fear and despair and anguish. Nay, I like not the picture which emerged with these latest pieces. Oh, my dear Meteion, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Follow, wander, stumble, listen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteion renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not disrupt her concealment with a surfeit of ether? Much how Emet-Selch solidified your presence when first we met you. Don't be absurd, I can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Desiree will continue to search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains Meteion's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever, and thankfully she has made herself easier to capture by fleeing toward Lete. Assuming she is made visible, it should prove no great feat to herd her into the corner. Then we have our plan. Desiree and Emet-Selch will be our tracker and trapper respectively, while the others predict and obstruct Meteion's avenue of escape. Emet-Selch and I will keep an eye on each other's effort to help coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Meteion and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down air at a moment's notice, meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. Emet-Selch is now accompanying you. Why can't I fly? Aren't my functions being restricted? Yes. Hide. Yes. I just have to hide then, where no one can find me. Meteion's anguished voice heads towards the water's edge. She went into the lake? As if this wasn't tiresome enough. Well, at least that open expanse should make her easier to find. You won't lose her this time. The indignation to drag my rope through the water. Hyphlodaeus better not breathe a word of this to Azam. Still, my humiliation will be the least of our concerns if we fail to get our hands on Meteion. We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to a remora. Not here. I'm not here, please. By that rock, is she? Very well. What? Why can't I hide? There's no need to run, Meteion. Desiree? What are you saying? Everything's so faint. I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. Stay away, I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It will break him. His poor, fragile heart. Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into the midst. This is what you want to feed me to? Looks a bit small. But okay. Is this nails not in use? It seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, it bears no trace of Meteion's essence. We move on. There, I see her. Where?
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Please, Meteion. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please... please protect them. Protect them all.
Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities, recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands. But
Inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
So Meteion just said she couldn't ascertain if the bones she found were of intelligent beings.
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteion. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteion. Not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
If all Hermes needs to do is listen to Meteion's report, then it is his right to do so. But once he receives the answers to his question, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge upon the choices he makes in that moment. And we must beware when he makes it. Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage the pain you feel when the creations return to the Aether? Had you never cast your accursed question to the distant stars, you may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. Do you understand why Hermes would do this? His logic escapes me entirely. He cares for Meteion deeply, and for all of his creations, and he is deeply discontent with how things are done in this world. And this is his reaction to protect his, well, his daughter, in a way. Okay, but I end this episode here, and next time we continue this, whatever this is. Until next time, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.